Hello, this is Mike, and I'm back. So today is February 1st, 2023, and we have a new notary public law that was just published that notary journals are now required in New York. Records must be kept by you for 10 years. So let's just get into what the state says. So we're going to review the statutes just published by New York State. Are notaries required to keep a journal? Yes, beginning January 25th, 2023, all notaries, including those notaries that only provide traditional in-person services, are required to keep a journal of all notarial acts performed, which includes the type of identification provided, for 10 years. Additionally, electronic notaries must maintain a journal of all notary acts as well as an audio and video record of all electronic notarial acts performed. So this is talking about both traditional notaries, which everybody is, and then people who are going to go on. Today they just published a link in their website to register for electronic or RON, remote online notary. And you need to be licensed as a notary public first, and then you can register for that and sign affidavits that say you're going to be following the procedures. So right now we're just talking about traditional notaries, and will be following with the RON, remote online notary procedures as well. So what information must be maintained in the journal? So traditional notary journal must include the date, approximate time, and type of notarial acts performed. It must contain the name and address of any individuals for whom a notarial act was performed. It must contain the number and type of notarial services provided, the type of credential used to identify the principal, including for verification made where a notary relies on the oath or affirmation of two witnesses who identify themselves with a valid government-issued ID and who know the document signer personally, the names of the witnesses and, if applicable, the type of credential used, and the verification procedures used for any personal appearance before the notary public. So the rest is electronic. I'm not going to talk about that now. I'm going to talk about that in the online notary, RON, remote online notary training, which is going to follow shortly. So for the rest of us, we know one of the ways we can verify people is knowing them. So you would write that in the logbook, or a typical thing, if you don't know somebody, is to ask whatever's reasonable. That's what the law says. So for me, I would ask for a driver's license or any government ID that's not expired and log that in your book. Okay, so this is a logbook that meets all of those requirements, and we provide that on our supplies website. Notice that you're going to put the name of the person whose signature you're notarizing, and then the signature of the signer. So you're going to have them sign your logbook, and they're also signing whatever it is that you're notarizing, and their phone number, their address, and the type of document. It says character or type of document, like an affidavit for, a school lunch program, whatever, right? The date of the document, if any. Sometimes documents are dated. That's not the date you're notarizing it. That's the date of the document. And then the date you're notarizing it is the notary service date. And then there's the box there to check AM or PM. It got cut off on the scan of the logbook page here. So they want to know the time of the day too, just AM or PM. If you want to put AM and then write the time in, you can. We don't have a requirement in New York State for their thumbprint right now, so you can ignore that. But in case they do bring that back in New York State, we'll let you know, and you'll start collecting a thumbprint. You'd have to get an ink pad, but we don't have that right now. And you can say personally known or ID type. So you're going to write in here what ID you used, the expiration date, identification card number, and then you're going to check off in-person notarization. If it's remote, you'll be doing that. So these logbooks that we provide are for both people that do traditional, in-person, and or remote. And then you can make any notes in there, anything weird that happened that you would want to record, anything that you feel could be relevant. And you have to keep this for 10 years. Okay? So this is the logbook that we have, and you can access it directly on our supplies website, but the link is going to be provided below the video. And in our newsletter, if you're seeing it, or in social media, there's a link below the video. So, but the website, in case you can't get the link, is www.howtobecomeanynotaryinny.com. And then you can find the notary supplies page, or you can do a slash notary hyphen supplies. So there's a menu on the website where you can find the supplies, and the link should be below this video for you. So they retail for $29. New York State taxes that, and then there's a shipping charge.